Hey everyone, today I've decided to rebrand the channel Metroidvanias only. That's right, me playing Metroidvanias. The funny man himself. That's a lie. Anyways, today I'll be reviewing every Metroidvania game that I've completed in my Steam library, because that's the only place I buy Metroidvanias. If I sound a little retarded, stupid, well, that's probably because I'm alone in my room talking to myself and I'm cringing just a little bit, just a wee bit. But yeah, on to our first game. Our first game is going to be, of course, Nine Souls. Uh, the newest one, or the most recent one I've completed, and it's the freshest in my memory. For spoilers, I won't be showing any, I think, for the footage I took. It's only what you're gonna see in the first 30 minutes of the game, so you won't be seeing much of the story or anything after that. But what is Nine Souls? The easiest way to explain it is literally just Hollow Knight and Sekiro. What else do you need? It's perfection. Absolute cinema. For this game, I recommend playing it without any spoilers. The story, perfection. Beautiful story. Loved it. A little cursed, but it was perfect. You know. Gameplay, if you like Hollow Knight, you'll love Nine Souls. If you like Sekiro, you'll love Nine Souls. Why? Well, basically the only way to damage in that game is by using parries. And then you apply little talisman thingies and you explode them. You can win the game by not parrying, ever, but I don't recommend it. And of course, if the game's too difficult, there's also the option of easy mode, but let's be real. When you see this game, you're not going to play that. You're only going to play hard mode or normal mode. As for my review of this game, well, again, the story was beautiful. What else do you need? Gameplay. Yeah, you need gameplay. Gameplay, silky smooth. I don't know what else I could say. Just the parrying felt super satisfying. Applying the talisman on the enemies, super satisfying. The progression of the game, it eases you into it, and then you slowly start learning how to use all your skills, all your parries. It was just beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite Metroidvanias, and of course, my biased opinion, I'll give it a good 9 out of 10. I would give it 10 out of 10. Actually, no, you know what? 10 out of 10. In my biased opinion. I think this game was simply perfect. On to game number 2 is going to be the Golem, or the absolute titans of Metroidvanias. That's right, fellas. Hollow Knight. 7 out of 10. For our third game, I'm just kidding. Back to Hollow Knight. Not a 7 out of 10. Hollow Knight, if you haven't heard of it, I don't know what else to say. You live under a rock. I honestly recommend anyone, even if you don't like Metroidvania, to play Hollow Knight. My friend, he hates games. He just plays League of Legends. That's right, have pity for him. God bless his soul. But yeah, he somewhat enjoyed Hollow Knight, and that counts for something for a League player. But yeah, Hollow Knight is not really a story game. The story is kind of hidden in the gameplay, you kind of have to seek it out yourself. And this game is just purely based on gameplay. Gameplay, fairly simple, just classic old Metroidvania. You have the classic charm system in this game. The boss fights are super easy to understand. Well, the word for this should be, the boss are well calligraphed? Question mark? All the bosses and enemy in this game are pretty well designed. They have simple combos. It's not over the top, being like, oh, I have to remember 18 different attack patterns for this one roach in the middle of nowhere. No. 1 or 2 attack patterns. You'll fly through the game. And what's also cool about this game is you can actually miss 50% of the whole game. That's right, 50%. My friend didn't even see 50% of the whole game. He just flew through the first half, got one ending, finished the game. That's it. And just because Hollow Knight was one of my first games played, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. You'll see it's a pretty common occurrence for me giving 10 out of 10s to games just because I love playing games. I just love games. For game number 3, we've got DOOMBLADE. Yeah. I don't know if this one counts as a Metroidvania. I'm sure it does. It's like this 2D style. You go through the game, you get upgrades. I will say though, for this game, the gameplay is a little different. If you're not into it, it's not your thing, then I don't really recommend it. But I liked the unique take this game took. The fighting style, super simple. There's nothing else to it except you just fly into the enemy, they explode, and brain happy. The gameplay in this game is pretty repetitive for how long it is. It's about an 11-hour game, maybe 10, depending on skill level. You know, I'm pretty dog shit at any game I play, so it usually takes me 2 to 3, 4 extra hours to beat games. But this game does introduce extra skills and movesets to keep things fresh and interesting. I didn't show any of them in here because I only recorded 30 minutes of each game. But this game does lack quite a bit of things, but one thing that it doesn't lack, that it absolutely nails, is the soundtrack. That's right, my mic peaked right there. The soundtrack. How can you not love this? Listen to this. Just because of the 9-track, just because of the soundtrack, the lowest I can give it is a 5 out of 10, plus the unique gameplay and keeping things fresh with the new upgrades. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. This, honestly, if you're looking for anything with a good soundtrack and just fun to play for a good 10 hours and fairly cheap, I highly recommend this game. For our next game, it's, of course, another game that a lot of people's heard about. You know, all those videos about what games to play while waiting for Silksong. I'm a firm believer that that game does indeed exist. It is out there. It does exist. It is breathing. Who knows when it'll come out? Maybe in 30, 40 years? Surely, that's That's the maximum it could take, right? Right, guys? Anyways, back to Ender Lily. Ender Lily is basically just JoJo the game. If you haven't watched JoJo, then don't worry, I haven't either. I just know them from the memes. The trailer might put some people off just from looking at the gameplay, like, oh, it looks too simple, or just the animations look weird or janky. But when you actually do end up like getting your hands on that controller and playing the game, it's actually fairly smooth. It does feel good. Well, you can feel the jank, but it does feel better than just watching someone play. The dodge is super responsive. It's not like cough cough Elden Ring where you attack and you're forced to finish the attack animation to roll. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I finished all of Elden Ring. Took me 100 hours. I suck. That's right. Laugh. But yeah, it's pretty good. The game, as for the story, it's just like Nine Souls, super dark. Fun fact, your character actually does change based on your choices on the story. I don't know if you have choices, but it's a good game. Gameplay-wise, I was talking about the animations and everything, but attacking feels good. I'm gonna be honest. It does feel good, even if it's not actually your character attacking. JoJo. That was not funny. But yeah, by progressing through this game, after killing certain enemies or bosses, you actually get their souls or their corrupted form, and you can use them to help you, and you can base your playstyle off what they are. You're not forced to keep the same auto attack or normal attack pattern. You can go a ranged build if you want, but it does warn you that some characters have infinite attacks and some don't. Range attacks, of course, since they're broken. You're playing a Metroidvania here. Let's be real. You're limited. So sometimes you'll only have like 90, you can use only 99 until you rest at a bench, or you can only use 13. This game also introduces a stagger system, so if you do end up hitting the enemy enough, they're going to fall on the ground, and you can just absolutely bash the shit out of them. Of course, who doesn't like that mechanic? My playstyle, of course, was just spamming heavy attacks, so they fall on the ground and I just shit all over them. So to wrap up the Ender Lily review, I'm gonna give it I'd say 7.5 out of 10. I think that's good, right? Yeah, 7.5, 8, around there, somewhere around there. It's pretty banger. For our next game, we have Momodora. Reverie Under the Moonlight. I don't know how to say that word. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know why I decided to play this game. Definitely not because of the Steam trailer. No, I didn't buy the game because of the Steam trailer. This game has a fairly large personality, if you will. Finishing this game took me about like 4 hours. It's super short unless there are multiple endings that I missed. I honestly don't know. The ending I got is I found like some green leaf and beat some hidden boss, I think. The story, honestly, I've got no clue. I don't even know if it had a story. Gameplay, I'd say it's pretty low on the list, but I still had fun. I think it was still a great project, question mark. It was good, but it's definitely not my first pick for Metroidvanias. So I would probably give it a 5 or 6 out of 10. There's not much to say about this game. It's just the classic Metroidvania experience. And that's all the games that I've finished and recorded. I actually have more games that I didn't record because I completely forgot. So I'll just add this little honorable mention area at the end of the video. For the first honorable mention that I'm not too sure if it counts as a Metroidvania is The Night Witch. This game is basically just a bullet hell. You fly around, dodge bullets, shoot back. It's a bullet hell. I didn't beat the final boss because holy moly, I wanted to kill myself the whole way through. But it was great. About a 10-hour experience. Story, no clue. Don't remember. Didn't really impact me. But yeah, I'd give it a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 9 out of 10. If you're a bullet hell enjoyer, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Next game was Touhou Luna Nights. There's a lot of those. A lot of Touhou games. Because I'm pretty sure the Touhou IP is like for everyone to use or something like that. I'm not too sure. I didn't really do my research. But it was fun. It's been a while since I played that game. And I only have 6.1 hours on record. Don't know if I beat the final boss. I'll assume I didn't. But I had fun. And if I ever replay this game, I'm going to have to restart from scratch because I don't remember how to play. For any of you Ender Lily fans, they're actually working on a brand new game called Ender Magnolia. Right now, I don't recommend buying it because it's in early access and I'm pretty sure it goes for $30 on Steam. Scratch that. It's actually $24 and it's early access. I played it because I wanted to support the devs and I want to see this game succeed. It's pretty good. There's only one area to the game, so there's not much to it. Story, not much to it either. It's literally just one area, one boss, or two, I'm not too sure. But it was a great experience. All the areas that they messed up on in the first Ender Lily, they fixed in that game. The story, I assume it's the same. Gameplay, it's the same, JoJo style. I can't give it a rating because it's not fully out. Again, still early access. So I don't recommend buying it or trying it right now unless you want to support the devs and just want to see the experience. Want to feel the experience. And that's about it for all the games I've completed. Going forward, I will do kind of the series thing where I'm going to play one Metroidvania all the way through the end. Not in one sitting, but in one video, and I will give my review of it. And of course, if you couldn't tell from this video, I'm not a professional reviewer. I'm just some random dude in my room playing Metroidvanias and enjoying them. I'm just giving my take on them. I don't know how to review a game, but hey, as we go deeper into this series, maybe I'll understand how to review a game. Who knows? But if you've made it all the way here, please consider subscribing. It'll boost my confidence, let's say that. And liking, another confidence boost. And if you made it all the way here, again, thanks a lot. That's it. Bye-bye.